Have you ever woken up, looked in the mirror, and thought, where did that new wrinkle come from? Or maybe you've noticed your joints feel a little stiffer these days, even though you're doing all the same things you've always done. Well, you're not alone. As we get a little wiser in years, our bodies change, and sometimes it feels like they're changing faster than we'd like. But what if I told you that some of the foods we eat every day might be quietly speeding up that process? Now, I'm not here to scare you or tell you to overhaul your entire diet overnight. But here's the thing. Small choices can make a big difference. Today, we're going to talk about 4 common foods that might be aging you faster than you realize, and simple swaps you can make to feel healthier, brighter, and more vibrant. Sound good? Let's dive in. Let's start with something sweet, literally. The first food on our list is sugary snacks and drinks. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've loved my afternoon cookie for decades. And hey, I'm not here to take away life's little joys. But here's the catch. Too much sugar doesn't just affect your waistline. It creates something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which is a fitting acronym. These AGEs damage collagen and elastin, the proteins that keep our skin smooth and supple. Over time, that means more wrinkles, sagging, and even slower healing. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a treat, but instead of reaching for that soda or candy bar, try swapping in naturally sweet options. A handful of berries, a crisp apple with a dab of peanut butter, or even a square of dark chocolate can satisfy that craving without the sugar crash. And here's a pro tip. Cinnamon or a drizzle of honey on oatmeal tricks your brain into thinking it's getting something decadent without the AGEs. Here's the good news. Your taste buds adjust faster than you think. After a week or 2 of cutting back, you'll find those overly sweet treats taste too sweet. Trust me, I've been there. Now, let's talk about something savory. Our second aging culprit, processed meats. I'm talking about bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and even that deli ham we all love in sandwiches. These foods are loaded with sodium, nitrates, and preservatives to keep them shelf-stable. But here's the problem. Those same chemicals create inflammation in the body. Inflammation isn't just linked to joint pain or heart issues. It also breaks down collagen and speeds up skin aging. Plus, all that salt dehydrates you, leaving your skin looking dull and tired. But don't worry, you don't have to give up your favorite flavors. Try roasting a chicken with rosemary and garlic on Sunday. Slice it up for sandwiches during the week, or toss it into a hearty vegetable soup. If you're craving something smoky, opt for nitrate-free turkey bacon or grill a salmon fillet with a touch of liquid smoke. You'll still get that rich, savory taste without the hidden aging agents. And here's a bonus. Fresh meats and fish are packed with protein and omega-3s, which actually support your skin and joints. It's a win-win. Now, I know change can feel daunting, especially when it comes to food we've enjoyed for years. But aging isn't about restriction. It's about making choices that help us feel our best. And the best part, every small step counts. Maybe this week, you swap soda for sparkling water with the squeeze of lemon. Or maybe you try a turkey and avocado wrap instead of processed ham. Celebrate those victories. They add up. Next time, we'll tackle 2 more foods that might be hiding in your pantry. Ones you'd never guess are aging you faster. But until then, why not peek at those labels? You might be surprised how empowering it feels to take the reins. After all, you've earned every one of those laugh lines. Let's make sure they're from joy, not from foods working against you. You know, sometimes the foods we think of as harmless, even comforting, are the ones quietly working against us. Take this loaf of bread, for example. Soft, fluffy, perfect for toast in the morning. But here's the thing. When we're talking about aging, not all carbs are created equal. Our third culprit? Refined carbohydrates, white bread, pasta, pastries, and even that instant rice we all keep in the cupboard for quick meals. Now, I'm not saying carbs are the enemy. Our bodies need them for energy. But refined carbs? They're stripped of fiber and nutrients during processing, which means they hit your bloodstream like a sugar rocket. That spike in blood sugar leads to, you guessed it, more of those AGEs we talked about earlier. Over time, this can lead to dull skin, brittle nails, and even hair thinning. Plus, that crash after a carb-heavy meal, it leaves you feeling sluggish, like you've hit a wall by mid-afternoon. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up carbs to stay vibrant. Swap that white bread for whole grain or sourdough. It's easier on your blood sugar. Instead of regular pasta, try zucchini noodles or lentil pasta. They're just as satisfying, and your skin will thank you. And if you're craving something warm and starchy, a baked sweet potato with a sprinkle of cinnamon is pure comfort without the crash. Here's a little trick I use. Add a handful of spinach or kale to your rice or pasta dishes. You'll barely taste it, but you're adding fiber and antioxidants that fight aging from the inside out. Small tweaks, big rewards. Now, let's talk about our fourth aging accelerator, and this one might surprise you. Vegetable oils like corn, soybean, or sunflower oil. They're in everything: salad dressings, crackers, even healthy granola bars. But here's the twist. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, our bodies need some omega-6 excess, but when we get too many, and not enough omega-3s to balance them out, it creates inflammation. And inflammation, that's like throwing gasoline on the fire of aging. Think of it this way. Your body is a delicate scale. Omega-6 excess on one side, omega-3s on the other. Too much vegetable oil tips that scale, leading to stiff joints, dry skin, and even brain fog. But here's how to fix it. Swap those processed oils for olive oil, avocado oil, or even a pat of grass-fed butter when you're cooking. And for an extra boost, add omega-3 rich foods like walnuts, chia seeds, or fatty fish to your meals. Your heart, your joints, and your memory will feel the difference. Let me tell you a story. My neighbor Margaret used to fry her eggs in vegetable oil every morning. She complained about her achy knees for years. Then she switched to olive oil and started adding flaxseed to her oatmeal. Within a few months, she was out walking her grand dog every afternoon, pain-free. Now, I'm not saying it's a magic cure, but small changes can add up to big results. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but these oils are cheaper. And you're right, but consider this. A little goes a long way with quality oils. You're not just cooking, you're investing in your health. And when it comes to store-bought snacks, check those labels. If you see partially hydrogenated oils or soybean oil, maybe opt for a handful of almonds or homemade popcorn drizzled with olive oil instead. Your future self will feel the difference. Look, nobody's perfect. I still keep a bottle of vegetable oil in my pantry for emergencies, but awareness is half the battle. The goal isn't to eliminate these foods overnight. It's to make mindful choices that nourish you. Maybe today you try a new oil. Next week, you experiment with whole grain pasta. Progress, not perfection, right? Every time you choose a better option, you're telling your body, I value you. And that's a powerful message. Next time, we'll round out our list with the final food that's aging you faster. And trust me, this one's a sneaky culprit you'll want to hear about. But for now, why not peek at that oil in your skillet or the bread on your shelf? You've got the tools, you've got the knowledge, and remember, you're worth every bite. You know, as we've chatted these past few days, I've been thinking about how much power we hold in our everyday choices. Those little decisions, what we reach for in the pantry, how we cook our meals, they're like tiny brushstrokes on the masterpiece of our lives. And while we've talked about 4 foods that might be working against us, here's what I really want you to remember. Aging isn't about loss. It's about opportunity. It's about choosing foods that love you back, just as fiercely as you've loved life all these years. Let's take a breath and reflect. We started with sugary treats and processed meats, foods that sneak in extra sodium and sugar, leaving our skin and joints feeling the strain. Then we moved to refined carbs and vegetable oils, those quiet culprits hiding in our bread baskets and frying pans. But here's the beautiful part. Every one of these swaps we've talked about isn't just about saying no. It's about saying yes to more energy, more vitality, and more joy in the moments that matter. Imagine this. Instead of that sugary soda, You're sipping on sparkling water with a splash of cranberry and a sprig of mint. Instead of processed ham, you're layering a sandwich with roasted turkey and avocado. That pasta dish, it's now a bed of zucchini noodles, tangled with garlic, olive oil, and plump cherry tomatoes. And that bottle of vegetable oil, replaced with golden, heart-friendly avocado oil. These aren't sacrifices, they're celebrations of flavor, color, and life. Now, I'll let you in on a secret. My friend Carl, he's 72 and still plays tennis twice a week, told me last year. I feel older than my dad did at this age. Turns out, he was eating cereal for breakfast, deli meat sandwiches for lunch, and pasta most nights. Once he started swapping in whole grains, fresh proteins, and good fats, he said it was like someone handed him back 5 years. He's not running marathons, mind you, but he's playing with his grandkids pain-free, and that's the win. Here's the thing, none of us are perfect. There'll be days you'll want that ice cream or that crispy bacon, and that's okay. This isn't about rigid rules, it's about leaning into choices that make you feel strong and vibrant more often than not, because you deserve to wake up feeling excited about the day, not weighed down by it. Now I'd love to hear from you. What swaps have you tried? Did you notice a difference in how you feel? Drop a comment below. We're all in this together, learning and growing. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us spread the word so more folks can join the conversation. Life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about savoring up. Every meal, every laugh, every sunrise. Here's to nourishing your body, honoring your journey, and living each day with the kind of zest that makes the world wonder. What's their secret? You're never too seasoned to thrive. Herb.